Hi, hi everyone, I'm Mel. I'd just like to tell you my story about how I've been a victim support of my former partner back in 1997 and social services. Well, first of all, we'll start with my former partner, how I actually got treated and how he was feared by me. Well, I was living in, at the time, back in 1997, I was living in a 3-bedroom house with my eldest daughter, who is now 26, I believe, 26 years old. And she had a friend, very close to her, who she used to go to school with, which was my former partner, which I didn't know at the time, sister, who lived round the corner. Well, as my cut a long story short, as they were friendly, her friend brought her mother round. Her mother brought her brother round. And then at the end of the day, things got a bit too close, as you know. And then I come pregnant with my first child, which is now 12 years old, if I believe. And things were going smoothly at the start and whatever, and I was getting on with the pregnancy and whatever, to cut it brief. And then all of a sudden I sort of come into labour, as you well know, as being a mother yourself. And then I went up to hospital, and then there's a lot of confusions going about with social services or SS, or whoever you like to call them, but I prefer to call them the SS, regarding my former partner after I had my first child. And they didn't actually tell me completely what was going on, and I was then carrying on with the day-to-day care with my eldest child. And all of a sudden I had a social worker from social services come in, ripped my daughter right off my breast, which left me really devastated and upset, as if to know what's going on. And tears have really come down my eyes, really feel angry at what was going on, and left a mark on my left breast, which I still have now, very sore. And then my former partner had a cheek to come in along with his social services and his solicitor, turn around saying, I'm now going to pick you up, that the child is going into care due to his background, which made me feel angry on my former partner. Told him to leave me alone and told me to let me know the truth. Well, of course I said so. At the end of the day, he then got his family involved, and then it started an uprising and sort of made my life difficult, which I then did not go back home at the time. I actually went to my my parents' address for my own safety and my child's safety. And then when I done so, I had social services being a victim of my support and come round my parents' house and turned around and told me they wouldn't like it if I was living there with my child. So on the grounds I lost that child. And then I went on to getting on with my own life, my own day-to-day care, and what, I feel upset now, my own day-to-day care and that, and had my little boy Liam. But before that happened, it was my former partner went in prison and I was getting on my own and whatever, and his family made me feel sorry for him by having him back. And then I had Liam. Yeah, be careful, right? I had Liam, and as I had Liam, my former partner was actually a witness of the birth. with the violence and whatever and social services, and I got really, really angry because I had the police storm into my place in my 2-bedroom flat down Rosary Road. I'm not frightened to say the address because I'm so angry about the former partner, and that was opposite the actual social worker and another social worker, which has actually caused so much grief with other people who I know as well. One social worker on actually near Rosary Road. She's actually been a victim to someone who I do know, which I can't mention names, who's living out in Norfolk. But a person's been a victim with that support worker, that social worker as well. And that social worker come in with the police, grabbed hold of me. I had Liam in my arms when my former partner actually gave birth, pushed me on the floor with my baby in my arms, and I said, "You're not taking my baby like that because you'll be ill-treating him." And just actually got hold of me, pushed me in the back, pushed me on the road right into the ambulance with my baby in my arms tight, all the way up to hospital. I've done injuries to my little boy Liam and done injuries to myself, which we prevented actually being in hospital for about 14 days. And then after the 14 days, my poor son Liam was really terribly ill, and they still want to take him at hospital, but I was forced into a taxi back home. And then I turned around and said to my former partner, I said, "What's going on with social services or the SS?" Which I don't like it, because they are just the scalpel people, what do not help the mothers, but help the actual father's side family, and they do not keep the mother and the baby together. What I was then feeling then, I was feeling angry with my former partner's attitude, with Gardens social services attitude, which I can say the SS. And not only that, I've been on the website and I've had a lovely, remarkable man turn around and actually gave me advice and told me what to do. And I'm going to stick to every word he say, and I'm going to do it for all these lovely children of mine. I like to speak out for you, my dears out there, Liam and Shelby, who I just talked about. Mummy's not going to forget you, but at the end of the day, whatever it takes, Mummy will fight for you every step of the way, because you two were actually took away through forced adoption, through Mummy's former partner, which they say is your dad, but he's not a fit dad to have. He is actually a violent father, and he's a father what actually lie, cheat, rape your mum, and then at the end of the day end up coming back to the property, my dears. End up coming back to the property. I'm speaking on your behalf because you don't know enough, and what end up coming back to the property, doing damage, cheating on your mummy, raping your mummy, to stick with his family what they want. I don't give a damn what they want and what the SS want. He must not get away with it, darlings, and whatever it takes, I'll get you two home. So Shelby and Liam, whatever I've said to you, I say at the bottom of my heart, and that's the truth. It was your former partner done the damage by having you forced adoption away from me.